All right, well, welcome to this month's Cooking with the Community, and we're so excited to be, I always like to say, on location. We're at Hinton's Orchard today with Joanna Hinton, and we are going to be making a recipe that made me think of Joanna whenever I saw it in the calendar. So again, if you don't have a copy of our recipe calendar for this year, we still have some of those available. But we are making mini pepper and cucumber bites today. And so you're probably wondering, why did I think of Joanna Hinton whenever I saw these? First of all, you grow all this stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I have worked with Joanna through Farm Bureau on Extravaganza for the last few years, and you always utilize these veggies in your appetizers.
Yes, so we used the mini bell peppers because in August when Extravaganza was happening, we had a ton of them.
Yes.
So I had to find a recipe to be able to use these peppers. And they're beautiful.
They
They're
are.
so colorful and nice and look pretty on a table.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how this recipe that I'm going to make with you cooks.
Yes, so we tried to kind of pair up and make some similar recipes today. Tell us a little about Hinton's and what you all are celebrating this year in 2026.
Okay. So Hinton's Orchard and Farm Market, we are celebrating our 20th anniversary here at the farm on Campbellsville Road. So we've been doing a few things through the year and are going to add a few more fun things in the fall, since that's when lots of people come to see us. So 20 years here, but so we've been picking peaches all summer and lots of vegetables. And here towards the end of August are about to segue into our fall season. So things like these peppers will hang around for a while, probably till frost at least. But some of the things like squash and zucchini and all other things are about to go away.
But you're about to get really full with apples.
Yes,
and
lots of different varieties of apples
Yes.
are coming in. The watermelons will hang around for a little while. We're picking those now and later, but we will have we grow 20 different varieties of apples. So we're just starting with apples. Gala starts first, but then we'll start after the 1st of September to have more of the ones that you know.
Yeah, it's always worth your trip out here. So we are in the kitchen, which is exciting today to be in kitchen here. And so we are this is a very quick and easy recipe, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the ones in the room can see that I have some snacks laid out on the table. You probably were wondering why we did that. This is a great snack recipe, and so thought we would talk really quickly about how nutritious this snack can be versus things that we often grab as a snack. So why do we need snacks? And maybe tell me, what are some of your all's favorite snacks, if you all don't mind to participate in the class. Those chips we often grab.
Peanut butter crackers.
Peanut butter crackers, yep. And that's saying that not all of these are bad choices, but there are lots of ways that we can make healthier choices when grabbing a snack. And so by incorporating fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet, that's always going to be a better choice for us to do. So so if we were to sort these out, you know, some of you may have different opinions on what's healthy versus what's not healthy, but you know, your whole grain options are going to be better for you, and anything with protein. So I think the peanut butter crackers and our popcorn choices today would probably be
not
the best.
so bad.
Not so bad, right. But by incorporating fresh fruits and vegetables, especially this time of year when you have so much available and what's in season, if you don't like eating them just plain, there's lots of ways you can kind of jazz them up and dress them up a little bit. And so I'm going to let Joanna talk about what she has made to put inside her peppers first.
Okay.
And tell us about your recipe that you're sharing.
So what I have today is pimento cheese. And it is kind of 2 or 3 recipes put together, things that I liked from different ones. So the original one came from Southern Living, and we just kind of have doctored it from there. So today I have made it with a regular sharp, a sharp cheddar cheese, and then I have an extra sharp white. Mm-hmm. You don't have to make it with white and yellow cheese, but it just looks pretty. Mm-hmm. And so that, and the recipes always call for mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise, so I eat Miracle. I use Miracle Whip in mine, and then pimentos. This has got a little dash of cayenne pepper in it, so it's got a little heat on the back side. And then it is supposed to have a splash of Worcestershire, but I didn't have any, and so I didn't put it in there today.
So
but you can
not
easily
miss
add that.
Probably as much.
You can easily add that.
Yeah.
So this recipe is one I developed, like I said, for Extravaganza, and so I made the pimento cheese up ahead of time But then you can put it in I've got a gallon Ziploc bag here. We put a spoonful in and cut a little slit down here at the bottom. And then we're just simply going to pipe it into these peppers. And it squeezes right out.
You can tell she's done this for large crowds.
Well,
Makes it go a little faster.
my mom made wedding and birthday cakes, and so squeezing icing out of tubes comes from way back. My sister is left-handed and did not get those skills, but I did.
That's my excuse.
That's the one I give my sister anyway.
So
But-
very similar to what we're going to make
Yeah.
for this month's recipe, but I love how she's got it in the bag to make it a little quicker and easier and
Yeah.
a little less messy.
The only thing to watch is that as you're squeezing in, it will get warm. So sometimes you have to kind of I didn't put a lot in there so that I could get through it before it got warm, and
Yeah.
you have to put it back in the fridge.
Yeah.
The only other thing I do with this at times is sprinkle it with some cut up chives. It looks real pretty.
yeah.
And adds a little flavor profile, but I did not have any fresh chives today.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. They look great. So similar with this recipe, and I'm actually going to just make, because it's a very simple ingredients. We are using cream cheese. We're going to double this today just so that we have enough to fill up all these yummy peppers. And so it's a block of cream cheese softened. And then we're going to do 2/3 cup of, you could use sour cream if that's what you have. But so many recipes nowadays are suggesting that you substitute with non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I've been telling people that I see out in the community that I don't even notice the difference. If you're used to sour cream and like it on, typical meals like tacos or whatever that but you can't really even taste the difference. So we're using the Greek yogurt today in this recipe, and so we're gonna. It's about 2/3 cup. It might be a little more than 2/3 cup. And then our seasoning that we're adding in today is everything bagel seasoning, which is another kind of fun, flavorful addition that we're going to add in here. And I think with this, the longer it sits in your dip or whatever that you're putting it on, the more flavor it gives. So
I just bought my first bottle of everything bagel, and I really like it.
yeah,
It's really good.
it's very good. And this is actually one we found without salt. So if you're trying to limit salt, cutting down on sodium, then this is one that you can look for on the shelf. So we're doubling that. So we did 4 tablespoons, and then we're just going to give this a quick mix. And I don't have a piping bag to put mine in the. We're just going to use an old-fashioned spoon, I think.
Silly question. What's the difference between sour cream and Greek yogurt?
That is a great question. Yogurt goes through a cooking process, so the yogurt is actually cooked down from the fats in the milk. Sour cream is more of just that cream that rises to the top. It's not been cooked like yogurt has. On the spot, Brenda. That's the
gonna
best
say, that's
answer I can give
very
you. I did spend some time on a dairy farm growing up. Yes.
I noticed my sour cream, the expiration date has passed, but I thought it doesn't taste any different past the expiration than it did when I first bought it.
Yeah, that's a great point. A lot of people actually call our office with questions on dates on food products, and so. A Best By date is obviously there for a reason. It's a suggestion of when it's going to be at its peak quality and best taste. If it's an expiration date, kind of like we see on a lot of our dairy products, some other things might say expired, by. That is a pretty set in stone date you don't want to go past just for food safety reasons. But sometimes you'll notice that it might say a use by date, just for, again, that's when it's going to be at its best, freshest quality. So yeah, sometimes you can go past those dates a little bit. All right, we've got this mixed up here a little bit, and we're going to now so what we've done, kind of like what Joanna had with hers, we've just cut those mini bell peppers in half, and we've scooped out the seeds. And I'll show you a little trick that somebody showed me just before we started. Of course, your core, a good paring knife will be good for this. But well, this isn't as sharp as I thought it was. But we're gonna try to cut around that stem and get part of that core out. And when you do that, everything kind of just dumps out, and then you can kind of go in and scrape out what you don't want.
That's one of the things I love about the mini bell peppers, because you don't have to fight with them nearly as much as a larger bell pepper, and they're just easy.
Yeah, so easy to then clean out. So we're just gonna cut those in half. And if you've still got some stuff in there that you won't want, it basically just pulls right out. And then we're just gonna fill these with our mixture that we've made here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You want me to put it up there?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Do we have to do a judging with
You don't have to judge them. You can try them both, and you can like them
You
both.
can
It's
enjoy them
okay.
both. That's right.
Too bad there's just me and Brianna and Casey. We're gonna have to eat all these.
We will. There's people around here today. We can share. Another vegetable that we're highlighting today is some of Hinton's cucumbers, and I know those are still producing.
They are for at least a couple of more weeks.
So a couple more weeks. I know everybody I've talked to that grew,
Pimento cheese in them.
that grew cucumbers this year. I know that they've had a bumper crop.
They've
so.
been prolific. Yes.
So there should be, if you're looking for the small cucumbers, which we are using pickling cucumbers today, and I get asked that sometimes too, and I'm sure you all get asked what's the difference between a slicing cucumber and a pickling cucumber. Obviously the size is different. These are going to be better, easier to peel, and a lot of you'll use these a lot in salads and things like that. Pickling cucumbers are exactly what you would think they would be for, to make pickles. So
And they're just a little drier in their texture, not quite as much of the moisture that you get from a
I
cucumber.
like that better than
Yeah.
better than the regular people.
The little ones are attractive to a lot of people because you can just pick them up and pop them in your mouth and eat them.
they seem a little
This-
more tender too
Yeah.
sometimes. We're just scraping the seeds out just to give it a little hollow spot for that dip to sit in.
And
Wouldn't
so for
have to do
people
that
who
part.
can't eat seeds and cucumbers, this one is.
There you go. That's
They
another.
can get rid of them.
For sure. Oh yeah, you've cut those in half. I think that's that's a
Stuff
great
it.
idea. A little bite-sized piece might be easier to eat. But that's today's recipe. So very simple. You don't feel like you always have to grab the more convenient snacks that we sometimes grab too much of. So making your own and sticking these in the fridge for a day or two would be easy for your family to grab and enjoy. So we thank you for letting us come out today.
Thanks for coming.
And we invite you to come out and visit on Campbellsville Road. Address is
8631
8630.
Campbellsville Road.
Yeah, out on 210.
Yes.
So we invite you to come on out, see what they have. Your all's hours are
Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. And then starting in late September and October, we'll also be open Sunday afternoons from 1 to 6 for the fall season.
and you don't want to miss that. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here as well. And we're ready to sample this. So we'll see you all next time.